Hi guys, Paul Seals here from Conscious Investor Network. Thank you for joining us. We've got a very special guest, Michael Radley, looking after us in relation to our clients, previously in relation to cryptocurrency. I've known Michael a long time now, a number of years going back, and Michael's come along leaps and bounds. I think, Michael, you've been in the crypto space, probably go back as far as I did, back to 2016. Michael's going to be talking to us about autonomous and algorithmic trading. Michael, do you want to introduce yourself and give us a little bit about your background for those that perhaps don't know you yet?
Hi, thanks, Paul. Yeah, my name's Michael Radley. I live on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, and my journey started in October 2016 when a friend introduced me to a crypto trading program. I had other friends try to get me into it, but was always terrified of the unknown, the computers, the whole bit. Once my friend introduced me to the program, I just went, oh my goodness, this is such an opportunity to really correct the financial situation that's in the world and help everyone to move forward more securely and openly with cryptocurrencies. I launched into it quite heavily, and a lot of courses, a lot of friends. And here we are today with such an evolution in the crypto market with DeFi, decentralized finance really taking a hold in there, and the whole market evolving and becoming so much more than it was in 2016.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, once you've sort of been around the market for those couple of years, and we've sort of hopefully potentially coming out of a crypto winter at the moment, but it's a good time for people to be able to enter the market because it's taken a little bit of context, particularly over the last 5-6 years, in relation to getting some context about what's happening in relation to the markets, etc.
It is. We've had a couple of rises and falls, and this year's certainly been a grand, spectacular rise and then the fall again. But the thing with the crypto market, it's always on an upward trend. It goes up, comes back a bit, and then moves up again. And I believe we're about to see another huge run in the crypto market, and this is a perfect time to get yourself set up and be prepared, ready to take advantage of the next run over the next 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the thing that I'm super excited about is, I've had a couple of conversations with people about trading platforms and that sort of thing previously. I haven't had a lot of luck historically, Michael, in relation to the concept or the word trading, but particularly in relation to having a hack at the share market or CFDs and that sort of thing, and lost a bit of money over the years. But I think I'm super excited about the platform that you're coaching clients with and that sort of thing as well, because it's a number of things. It has people get educated. You're trading wide on the market, which I'm sure you'll go into a little bit more detail about. And then you also got the ability to be able to earn interest off your cryptocurrency portfolio rather than just waiting for it to increase and appreciate in value. And then you've also got the ability with what you do with clients as well to have them be able to finance against their equity in their digital assets. So hopefully people should never have to sell any of their digital assets again.
Yeah, this is the giant evolution in the crypto market where it's evolving now into such a bigger financial institution than we ever imagined. The staking is actually a huge reward program that enables you to actually hold your coins and sit on them for a long term while earning very good interest rates on them, paid usually in the coin that you're holding. So that makes it even more valuable as time goes on. The trading platforms, as most people think about trading, they refer to day trading, which of course is a little bit of a nightmare with the stress and the worry and the constant 24/7 market that we have.
Yeah.
The trading that I'll be talking about is much more evolved using artificial intelligence, where you actually set a trade and you just leave that run for weeks to months and collect the profits off it every few hours as the trades happen for you automatically.
Yeah, because that's the interesting thing as well. Like, I've known you a long time, Michael. You approached me a couple of times regarding this and was like, no, I'm not interested in trading. I've had bad experience. I remember sitting up watching the CFD market, particularly in the US, or the All Ordinaries Index or any of those, and sitting up all night and, stressing out about watching the market and feeling sleep deprived and all that sort of things. And I think that's the beauty about what you've got, what you're doing with clients and that sort of thing, as well as like using that intelligence. Like I also had a physical reaction even to the concept of artificial intelligence, particularly for me as a privacy advocate, that sort of thing as well. And I think it's like anything, you can either use that technology for good or you could use it for, people are using it for not so good endeavors. But do you have some slides and that sort of thing that you want to share with us as well?
Yes, I'll just switch over. Hopefully you can see those slides now.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I'll just go back.
Just to make sure I got you as host.
Right. Try this now.
That's it.
Is it better? Yep.
Great.
Okay.
So we'll just we'll have you do your presentation. That's something, Michael, and we'll have anyone free to either jump in and ask any questions at the end, whether you want to ask them in person or whether you're welcome to type them in the chat, whatever you want to do here as well. Sorry, Michael, away you go.
Okay, terrific. So the autonomous algorithmic trading system, this is something quite new to the cryptocurrency world, and it's really going to revolutionize how people look at trading on the market. In the introduction today, I'd like to talk about some of the today's economic challenges that we're facing with the stock market, real estate market, and what will be happening there. I believe the crypto is a new stock market sector that is going to be formed over time, and that once again will be probably manipulated like they've done everything else with the markets. And I'll cover what you need to know about how to enter the crypto market safely, and security and safety is definitely the number one issue that we must cover in this program. What you need to get started, and then also the help and support that we can give you as well. I'll just move this picture out of the way. The solutions to preserving and growing wealth, we have a few options. We have precious metals, real estate, collectibles and artifacts, multiple currencies and passports and visas. And of course, there's cryptos. And we know, with most of those, the precious metal market, particularly silver, has been manipulated by JP Morgan for the last decade. Real estate, we know, is in an absolute bubble, particularly here in Australia. And that's only time before we see a huge correction in that.
Particularly with the, sorry, I was going to say, Michael, particularly with the interest rate rise news again today in Australia for another 0.5%.
That's right. If we see a 2% interest rise here in Australia, we're going to have about a 75% default on home loans here, which is going to be crippling the market and the economy here in Australia. So, I believe, if you've got real estate, now it's the time to be getting out of that and looking at other investments. Collectibles and artifacts, that they're very pricey and a very hard market to actually get into. Multiple visas and citizenships and passports are definitely a part of the program that I believe you need to have. And to me, at the moment, cryptocurrencies is definitely, the thing to be looking at. If you take the economic clock, there's always times to be in cash, there's times to be in real estate, there's times to be in shares. And I believe now is the time to be in cryptocurrencies as a new beginning. And so, oops. Does crypto have any real value? This is something I get asked all the time. What is the value of cryptocurrencies and where is it going to go? You have to look at, the fiat currency that we're currently operating under. It is just a piece of paper that we believe has value to it. We know it was removed from the gold standard in 1971 by President Nixon, when France and 6 other countries decided that they realized how much money America was printing after the Vietnam War, and these countries wanted to cash their US dollars in for gold, and that's when they pulled the gold standard off there so that they couldn't actually do this. And ever since then, they have just continued printing the US dollar and devaluing currencies all around the world. This is going to lead to a financial system collapse, and it'll be the greatest financial reset of man's history. Where is the risk if you choose not to diversify? And this is a new market, and we must diversify into this new market as well. Bitcoin is finite. There is only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. So I believe it is now going to become the most valuable piece of real estate in the 21st century. We have people like Elon Musk and Michael Saylor, who are now using, instead of holding cash on their company books, are now holding Bitcoin, because Bitcoin will continue to grow in value, make the money from that, where if you're holding cash in the bank, that is actually going backwards and devaluing their companies. It can be traded now and in the future. It's been around for over 12 years now. This is just the start of the future of the new money, and I believe the start of the Internet 3.0. Large institutions, as I said, are now beginning to put this on their portfolios as a balance to keep their portfolios looking healthy. And it's a limited supply where the value will increase over time as the response to demand is growing. At the moment, we've had a lot of sales, with the driving the price down. We know that this is the big people pushing the price down and scaring out the new people into the market. All these Bitcoins that have been bought up by the large players are going to wallets with more than 1,000 Bitcoins in them, and we're not going to see them come back on the market. So we are getting close to a point where there will be a shortage of Bitcoin when everything has been sold from the people who've been frightened out of the market, and we will then see the massive jump in the value of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been, touted as the equivalent to digital gold. It's something that you can store your value in, and at the moment, we can actually even earn, 10, 12, 15% on your crypto while you hold it. So that's, a whole revolutionary new area in the crypto market. Bitcoin has outperformed every other asset that there is, by over 1,000%. So, if you had a house that was growing at 250% per year, what would you do? You would borrow against it to buy more of them. And that's what we can now do with cryptocurrency. With Bitcoin, we can borrow against this to buy more Bitcoin and earn more interest. Whether you join the program now or in the future, you're going to end up here one day. It's like the internet in 1996. People are saying, well, why would I need email? Why would I need the internet? And here we are 30 years later. No one can imagine what life would be like without an email and the internet. You just wouldn't be functioning. And the blockchain is the future. It's here to stay. We already have many countries using the blockchain. Even here in Australia, the government has a huge blockchain, using it to store all our data on and information on for our personal life. Does crypto have any value? The value of the crypto is in the movement. Sorry, there we go. Crypto blockchain, it's a big beginning of the rest of your life. Strap yourself in and be prepared to make money. What's not to like about that? Crypto challenge and resistance of early adoption. There's been a lot of fear and uncertainty put out by the media, hosted by the governments and the banking system, because they realise that this is taking away the power that they have over us. My saying is, you cannot save the world, you can only change the world. And the best way to change the world is stop giving the power to these corrupt systems and take your money and use it in a privately system that only you have control of, doing a peer-on-peer transactions with the person that you wish to deal with, not a centralized system having control over everything we do. The fear of losing some of the money is understandable. There are multiple exchanges and wallets and different coins. This is where we can educate you in which is the best systems to be using and how to minimize these risks with multiple exchanges, different sorts of wallets, and safe, secure places to store your coins for long term. The time commitment needed for learning and understanding the trading system is something new. It's the same as when the internet started. It took a little bit to learn how to use an email, but now we don't even think about sending emails. It's a simple system. Cryptocurrency challenge. Here is the best part about it, the fear of the unknown. Crypto is very volatile. Some people are fearful of getting into it for that volatility. If we didn't have the volatility in the market, we wouldn't be able to make the money. And that's why this is so exciting. The volatility is actually what is going to create us the money in this market. Time commitment is something that we need to talk about. It is something that you need to learn. You can learn the program basically in a day. We can implement it within hours, and you can start making money in minutes once we have the structure set up, ready to go. 90% of the work is actually in the setup of the structure, registering for exchanges, setting up your wallets, and those sorts of things. Once we've got that all done, the rest of it is very simple and low maintenance and very time efficient to be working with. We're not going to be doing trading on markets where we need to be up all night watching the trades to manage them. This is going to be a set and forget system where you put the trades on and leave them run for weeks to months at a time. if everyone does this, will it stop working? This is a common question, is this going to be diluted? What we have to understand is the crypto market is minuscule compared to any other market in the world, whether we look at real estate, where we look at stocks and bonds and gold and silver. We're talking about trillions of dollars in these markets, where we only have billions within the crypto market. It's going to take a long time for the bulk of the population to actually catch up to where we are. Cryptocurrency is still only at a 3% adoption rate. If we look at what our bell curve is, the early adoption rate considered for any new technology, whether that be running water, flushing toilets, gas stoves, microwaves, iPads, is 13%. From 13% to 42% is where we have that hockey stick move, where we see that massive run up to actually make a lot of money. We're only at 3%, so we're still at the very beginning of this market launching. We still have a long way to go before we see the parabolic rise of mass adoption coming, which will still take a couple of years to happen yet. Do you need to be technical? There is a system called technical analysis, which is reading charts and that for doing the program of buying and selling shares or cryptocurrencies. This is something we can certainly teach you, but it's not a skill that you require to get started. We use all sorts of systems to analyze the coins that we need to use, and we'll teach you the system of finding strategies to make this work for you. If you're good with emails and web forms, then you're pretty much good to go with this. And the hardest part is onboarding your money. And that's where we need to set up your accounts and bank accounts in a particular structure to have this done safely. We have a book that explains most of it for you as well. If we start looking at how we make the money out of these bots, we call them wiggling bots. And what is wiggling? It is the profit from the volatility within the market. Every time we see a trade or a price of a coin move up, we'll actually trigger a sale. And if we see the price of a coin drop, then we'll actually trigger a buy order. And this is, you can see it represented on the chart there. The red dots are the sell orders and the green dots are the buy orders. So we just want small up and down movements going sideways to actually create the income from us. These trades are done multiple times a day, and you can end up with hundreds to thousands of trades done within the week. Because we're doing it in small amounts of money in this, you might only be making 25 cents to $1 per trade, but when you times that by 2,000 trades per week, suddenly you're making $500 to $1,000 in a week, 24 hours a day. And it's literally like a vending machine. People are just constantly putting 25 cents in to get their little treat out of the machine. How does it work? The program is made up of bots, and bots are robots. So they are going to do the work for us. We are actually going to set the bots up and using very specific parameters and algorithms to set the bots, which is all in the training and very simple to do. And then once this is done, then you actually set the bots in action and they will write all the orders on your exchange for you to have the buy and sell orders ready to go when the prices hit the set price that you have. And remember, this is a set and forget system. This is not something you need to come and manage multiple times a day. I recommend looking at it once a day for a couple of minutes to make sure everything is working, and then just leave it run and do the work for yourself. The other thing I often get, is this a scam? How do I know that this isn't a scam? We know there are plenty of scams out there, and the crypto market seems to be rife with them. So sending your money to wallets that are supposedly yours is definitely one of them. Making opportunities sound very enticing is another one we often hear. And, complicating their offers with making it very confusing. We need to find someone who we can trust or listen to. And word of mouth is always the best tool because you can hear it from someone that you trust. I now have 150 people in my family group and neighbors that are doing the trading program, and they're all doing very well out of the trading bots. Who has access to the money? This is the secret of this bot trading. The bot trading is basically an interface that overlays your exchange. So you set up the exchanges yourself in your name, you transfer your money into that exchange, and no one has access to that exchange except yourself. The bot actually only runs the exchange for you and can write the orders for you to have executed on your exchange. The money that is made as profit to you is paid instantly each trade directly into your trading account, and is there available in whatever currency you choose to trade in for you to withdraw immediately straight away. You are investing in your education here. The only money that exchanges hand is the investment for the program. The rest of it is something you will do yourself, or setting up your accounts to buy and run the exchanges for you. Is my money locked up in long-term deals? No. The money is in a trade that you have chosen, and you can stop the trade and withdraw your money at any time. You are in complete control of the whole system here, and there is no time limit or time frames on any of it.
I think that's important, Michael, as well, because some of us have been caught as well with having our crypto or having investments locked up and not being able to liquidate it quickly if you need to.
Absolutely, yeah, and this is the beauty of this bot trading program. The money remains on your exchange, and you can literally go in and within a couple of seconds have sold and executed, you know, an exit strategy back into cash. If we see a crash coming in the market, we can set stop losses on these. So if we see a fall in the market, we can actually have them cashed out automatically for us. And the same on the top side. If we see a massive run in the market and we see very high prices, we can put a profit taker in there so that as soon as it hits a certain price, we can actually take profits. So the beauty of this program is there's a lot of strategies to protect your money from rises and falls within the market itself. What do you need to get started? You know, education is your number one thing. Without education, we're not going to get anywhere. So we're here to provide you that step-by-step guided education to set up the automation software. Once you have the automation software set up and running, you know, you only need the investment capital to fund that, to have that working for you. So it's basically a very simple 3-step program to get you up and started. Here's what we're offering today. How can you get started? I'm offering you the opportunity to book a one-on-one call with me so that we can actually discuss, you know, over a 30-minute session, you know, where you are on your crypto journey. You know, if you're just a beginner and don't own anything, how we can get you set up and started there, or whether you have dabbled in the crypto market and have some coins sitting on different exchanges and in different systems, how we can tidy that up for you and start creating income, either by staking and earning interest rate on them, which is very simple and easy to do, or whether we evolve into something more complex like the bot trading program, where you can actually take some action to really return very good results for yourself on that. You know, we need to look at, you know, building your wealth portfolio that suits your risk of level of risk that you would like to take in the market, and find out how to set up and operate the securities, encrypted emails and password management on your computer so that you know that you're not being traced and hacked is possible on your computer. So that's valued at $220. We're going to give that away to you for tonight. If you're looking at the Algorithmic bot trading system, that's sort of the next step in, and that is where we're going to the full coaching for 90 days, you know, unlimited mail support, and the whole actual bot program with the licenses to run that and go through that program as well. I've had some friends do very well out of this. You know, you can get returns of, you know, 10, 28, 30% over the first month to 3 months. And from small investments of, you know, $15,000, you can return $6,000 to $7,000 income for yourself. Its profit is paid every day, regardless of the market's movement, and that is available for you in cash in each exchange that you hold the trading pairs on. What about support? Our team will read your emails within an hour and receive it, and we will answer your questions to help you any way we can. You are never on your own. The email support is with Michael at my email address there. And I'll also give you 5 one-hour sessions to help you set up and guide you step by step through the systems to be set up and running for the program. When will I break even with my initial investment? Based on the members we have worked with, you know, we've been able to do that in the first 2 to 3 months of trading. We average about 1% per day return on our investment. Is there a money back guarantee? We offer this as a program, but once you actually hear what we have to say, there's no going back from that. So we will get you to sign a non-disclosure agreement. And if you're not comfortable with that, then we'll obviously refund the money before that. But once you've actually signed up, then there's be no money return. Once signed up, accepted the program, there is no refunds. Is there any point in joining if I don't have money to invest? Absolutely. What we have found in the past, every time we have a run up in the market, which we believe is coming in the next month or two, a lot of the exchanges and the systems become so overcrowded and so heavily demand on them that they actually shut them down and do not take on any more new people signing up to the exchanges. So I'd recommend, getting everything set up and ready to have. So when you get the money, you literally just transfer the money into the account and you're all set up, ready to go. Also, we can do paper trading or demo trading on these bots and trading systems. So you can actually learn and see how much money you can actually make before you actually put the real money into the market. And then once you've got all that done and you have your money coming to you, you can put your money in and start making money immediately. Do I have to leave my computer on? That's another common question I get all the time. No, these are web-based programs. So you actually just log in, you set them up on your exchanges, and then once you've done, you log out of them, and those exchanges are set there running for you until you come and change the system. Sorry. Do we use leverage, and can I lose more money than I put in? This is not a leverage system. This system is just buying a set of coins and then trading the pairs between a coin that you wish to have, like Bitcoin, or tethering it against something like USD Tether or Ethereum. There's no leverage trading here at all. So it's very safe and secure. You can only end up being left with the coins that you started with or cash in the system. In the course, we'll teach you how to find these coin pairs, and it takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll teach you to fish rather than just giving you the fish itself. And within this strategy for finding these coin pairs, within the program, they rank each of the coin pairs, which is the best for the 3-day, week period or month period. So we go in and find, each week we go in and look at them. We find, the best performing pairs, and then we'll put those trades on because we know that they've done well in the past. What can I do this on my own? This system of trading with bots is fairly new. It's not the bots that make you the money, it is the algorithms and the settings that you use on them. So you can go to KuCoin and many other exchanges, and you can find bot trading programs on there, and you can certainly have a go at getting them up and running. But the secret is the settings that you use to do these trades. The distance between your pricing ranges, the chart itself, how far the grid you are going to set on them, and also what is the investment capital to make the most money out of it for you. So we recommend that you take the advantage of all the days, years, and months of that have been invested into creating these programs and proven and tested over time to actually fast track you into this system. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. That's good, Michael. And just before anyone that's on the call starts asking any questions and that sort of thing as well, that's a phenomenal rate of return. What's the interest in rates in playing in banks at the moment? It's lucky if we're getting sort of 5% per annum at the moment. So you get the trading returns averaging about 1%, and then whatever there is as well in relation to, the earning interest off your portfolio as well. And I guess the thing is that part of the concern is, like, I've had other people approach me over the years as well and sort of, concerned, is it like a Ponzi scheme, or like, from what I understand, it's all with the individual, right? There's nothing putting internal into a third party, correct?
Absolutely correct. The money is always held on your exchange. No one has any access to it. Even the bot trading program don't have access to your money. So you'll sign up with Binance or Bitscap or FTX, which are all high-end reputable exchanges, and the money is totally in your control there. It never leaves your account.
Okay, great.
And the staking is similar. We have staking platforms where you can actually stake from a hard wallet and use that money to generate more money by earning high interest rates on them, but the money never actually leaves your wallet or your account, and that makes it so much secure than anything else that we have in the market available.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to see if there's anyone else that's on the call that's got any questions for Michael at the moment. If you've got any questions, just either jump in and ask Michael any questions, or feel free to type it into the chat. I'm going to get some bits and pieces as well. So just in relation to how people contact you, I'm just going to find the link for you, Michael, so people can be able to take advantage of your offer for getting a complimentary 30-minute session with you in relation to the getting a complimentary session to get started. If there's anyone else got any questions, I'm just going to find that link really quickly. And like, what's the time frame for people to get started? How long do they normally get started, Michael, and then get up to speed as far as the system's concerned?
Yeah, look, once we actually get you in and setting up the computer is quite easy. We can do that within an hour session. The setting up the exchanges is where the time delay is. We need to apply for those, and it's a verification they need to prove, through a driver's license or passport. That can take a couple of days, but as I said earlier, if we start to see a jump in the market, that can extend out to weeks or even to a month, where they'll actually even shut down the systems of taking new people in. At the moment, it's taking a couple of days to get those systems verified.
Okay, I'm just going to post this link here in the group chat. People will need to click on it now if they want to be able to take advantage of that offer, because after the Zoom closes down, you'll lose access to that link. But anyone that's watching the replay of this video as well, you'll be able to, I'll post it in the description so people can jump on. What sort of hours? So you're based on the East Coast of Australia, Michael. What sort of hours do you take your calls between?
Yeah, at the moment, I'm doing most days, and I'll do a couple of hours in the evenings as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm free pretty much for the next week.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got a couple of questions coming in. What is the average percentage of a bot win and losses in comparison? So there are no losses in the bots. This is the thing. The bot only trades when there is a winning trade. And if the market was very stagnant, it might sit there for several hours or a day where it won't trade at all until the system triggers it to have a successful trade. So there is no loss in the trading system at all.
And then the other part was, what is staking, Michael?
And what is staking? So staking, you just need to think of it as a term deposit in a bank account. It's like literally taking your money, putting it with someone, and they will pay you an interest rate. Some of them do actually have a time frame on that, but we prefer to use ones where 24 hours notice you can pull the money out. It's a day-to-day staking system. And
some of our clients in the system have the ability to be able to earn up and generate what they call, it's referenced as staking from a technical term, but it's earning. So as Michael referenced, like earning interest on your funds. Some of them, some of the projects you can actually earn up to 100% per annum just in interest only. And then you've also got the appreciation value of the asset that increases in as well.
And then I've got another question here. How long have the bots been around and who invented them? There's multiple bots around. The bots have actually not a totally new system. They're fairly new to the crypto world, but in the stock market world, they have been using these for a long time. And there's many systems there. A lot of the exchanges have their own bots. So there's a selection of those. And as I said, it's the settings and the algorithms that you program the bots to do is where the secrets are.
Okay, there's another question there. Are there brokerage fees per transaction, and do you need to invest a minimum to offset?
Yeah, so there is definitely a recommended minimum amount per trade that we recommend. And then there's several ways with the trading fees. Depends on the exchange that we're with. Most of the exchange that we use, they're around 0.1 to 0.5% per trade. But then we can actually reduce those if you hold coins on Binance, FTX, and KuCoin. They'll actually reduce your trading fees by 25 to 50% as well by holding their coins. And then they'll also give you a further discount if you use their coins to pay your trading fees in. So there are ways around, minimizing the trading fee costs of it, but they're very minimal, 0.1% of your trade. So they're not massive fees.
So there's a question there. How long has it been return of 1% daily? And is this a rough guide on return or quite likely?
Look, at the moment, we're averaging between 0.5% to 1% because, as everyone knows, the market is down at the moment and the volatility has definitely been pulled back and the trading is not as it was. When we saw the end of last year, when we had that big run up going into Christmas from September to December, I mean, we were averaging 3, 4, 5% per day on some of our trades, which was phenomenal returns. But as an average, we would say somewhere between 0.5% and 1% per day is the average across the board for us.
Okay. Well, if there's any other questions there, anything else that you'd like to share with us about the program and any other questions that people normally have as well, Michael, in relation to getting started?
Yeah. The thing I probably stress most is this really is a set and forget system. Once you've got it running, the hardest thing I find most people find to do is to leave it alone. They all want to go in and say, I'll just find another one, or I'll just see if I can tweak it a bit. It's really, once you've got the parameters and set, you just literally put the trades on and just leave them run, let them do the work for you. I do recommend, once a day you pop in and have a look to make sure everything's still connected and functioning. But I mean, that's a 2-second job that you can do once every day or two. Maybe once a week, go in and have a look at, finding if there's any trades that are going to outperform the ones you currently have. And of course, with the demo bot section, which is like a paper trading session, you can do all of this in a demo session. So you actually know what your return would have been over the last 1, 2, 3 days that we test for before we actually put a live trade on. So it's very safe and secure system to test before you actually jump in and do the real stuff.
Okay, that's great. If there's any other questions there, we might be getting towards the end of that if there's no other questions. So I'm just going to post that. I've just posted that link there in the chat for people who make a book a time to get a session with you, Michael, whether they're anywhere. I guess the other thing as well is that there'll be a lot of people that are on the different parts of the spectrum as far as their experiences from like not having anything done on crypto before, or maybe people that have got experience and been in the space for a long time. How does it relate to different people in different stages of the journey?
Yeah, so I'm happy to start people off right from the very beginning, with how to set up your computer, how to set up the accounts and how to get the money in there to actually buy. And even if it's just something simple as buying your first couple of Bitcoins and learning to just store them safely is your starting point, through to the more advanced of people who want to actually use the bot program to leverage their trades and make the most out of what they've got sitting in the cryptocurrency market.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you for listening, Michael. Thank you for your time. Thanks for everyone for listening to this either live or in the replay. And like I said, I'll post the link here and I'll send it out to everyone as a reminder to how to be able to connect with you anyway, Michael. Thank you for your time and look forward to doing more stuff with you in the future. I'll just see if there's might be one more question here. Is it worthwhile asking anyone interested? So I'll get back to Evan on that anyway on a side note. That's okay. But for novices getting started, I think that's the important thing. And a lot of people have sort of rushed out in the space and got FOMO in the early stages, or even as they get confidence in the digital market and digital assets. There's a lot of mistakes that people rush out into as far as not getting themselves set up well with their privacy, with their encryption, with their browsing, and then also even their structures and what sort of entities they're setting up in relation to their purchases and that sort of thing. And there's other options there apart from having it in your personal name and different assets and structures and that sort of thing for people to be able to have it set up in that way, Michael.
Absolutely. I mean, that's something I didn't touch on at all. If you've got a self-managed super fund, that is where I would recommend most of the money coming from. And trusts and other funds and foundations, you can certainly use all of those to open up your accounts, and that's something you would talk about first and have set up before you start opening accounts to put the money in.
Yeah, and I think that's a common question as well that we touch on just before closing as well. A lot of people ask about whether they can pay for it out of their super fund as well.
Yes, yes, you can.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay, wonderful. Well, that's great, Michael. Thanks for your time. Thank you for everyone for joining in. I hope you're interested. There's the link there. I'm going to post it in the description of the video that I'll send out via email again, so you can jump in and get in contact with Michael anyway. Michael, thanks for your time. Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's been an honour. Have a great day.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Bye-bye.